back on Market Watch Wednesday. Of course, I got the Real Deal Utah Critchfield here, Justin Critchfield.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you've brought up here just recently at the Team Plus sales meeting, okay? You talked pretty at length about it, and I got a couple ahas. So let's talk about the recessions that have been going on over the years.
Yeah, so what we get a ton from people is like, what's going to happen to our market? Are we going to crash? And they always associate the crash to the recession that happened in 2008. And so I've got an interesting question for you guys out there. Out of the last 6 recessions, how many times would you have guessed that home prices went down?
I mean, should we wait and see if anybody says something?
I would like to know your guess. We're going to tell you the answer, but it would be fun to just hear your guess. I mean, for me, I was thinking 5, 6 times, right? But in reality, only 2 times did home prices go down.
Right.
Okay? And we'll kind of get into that in a sec of why that happens that way. But the reality is recession does not equal home prices going down. In fact, 2008, you'll see here's the big graph. Yeah, it went down a lot in 2008, right? 2009, 2010. It was huge, but that was kind of an anomaly compared to all the other times we went into recessions. Prices went up.
Okay. I mean, that 19.7 number there?
Yes.
That's surprising. I thought it was more than that.
Well, that was just 2008.
Right.
Okay, as you get into 2009, it goes down more, some more losses. 2010, some more losses. 2011. So, you know, and you were in that market.
Right.
You knew back in 2008. Let's talk mortgages, right? Because this was kind of like the big deal that people forget.
Right.
Why this one affected real estate so much.
I do think it had to do with mortgages, but really it had to do with the application. It had to do with the questions that were being asked. It had to do with stated income programs and self-employed programs that weren't looked at too closely.
Yeah, and really, you guys, just in a nutshell, it was so easy to get loans back then. People that had no business getting loans were getting loans. People that they couldn't afford it. It was like crystal clear to a 3rd grader that they couldn't afford those loans. They were being told that they could refinance. They were being told that everything was going to be okay.
Right.
And so you had this really, really big default rate that started to happen naturally because people couldn't afford their mortgages. And so when the default rate happens, people start to go into foreclosure. And even though all the banks are crashing and the stock market is crashing, when the foreclosures hit, that's when prices start to go down.
Right.
Okay? Because now these properties are not being maintained, they're not being taken care of. And so every time a foreclosure happens, every time a short sale happens, everybody's value gets knocked down as that happens. And since a 1/3 of our inventory at the time was foreclosures, why would a buyer buy the overpriced house when they could just go pick up a foreclosure? This foreclosure, that foreclosure, that foreclosure, right? So today, our foreclosure rate is the lowest it's been in the last 15 years.
Okay.
So extremely low, not big problems there whatsoever.
So it doesn't sound like you're very nervous about us going into 2020, other than our standard maybe winter slowdown that we get sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, and this fall has been fantastic, right? I mean, they've done more lending volume, more real estate deals. The market is absolutely picking up. So, you know, things are going to slow down. I like to compare it to driving a car, right? If you're going 100 down the freeway, you're going fast and everyone else seems like they're going slow. But then you hit a little bit of traffic and you've got to cut that back down to 65. It feels like you're just putting along. However, that's how it is in real estate.
Right.
We've been experiencing this super fast market. Price is going up like crazy. We're going 100 miles an hour, and now we're just going to return to a more normal market, which is prices going up 2% a year, 3% a year, right? And that's kind of what, you know, they've surveyed, you know, 6 of the top mortgage people out there, their companies, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Associations, and they're all predicting home prices to go up between 2.5% to 4% next year.
Which is about a 3% decrease from last year. Is that
yeah,
accurate?
yeah. We'll get the final numbers, but yeah, it should be about a 3% decrease.
Right.
And that was about a 3% decrease from the year before.
You know what we're
right?
dealing with here is, in a car when you're driving fast and you need to slow down, if you slow down your music as you're slowing down your speed, then you can get through it.
Yeah, and really, there's so many people out there that say, well, we're gonna wait till the crash happens.
Right.
But the reality is, if you're waiting and it's not going down, you're losing equity. You're losing money, right? And when you guys do start to hear the news of, oh, this is happening or this is happening, you've got to also remember that here in Utah, we do have one of the best states for the most incoming jobs coming in.
Jobs.
And if people are working, they're going to be able to make those house payments. And if they're making those house payments, guess what? Foreclosures aren't going to be happening, which is what truly brings down pricing.
Right.
So this little map right here, you guys probably can't see it very well, but Utah is one of several states that has a very minimal chance of home prices going down.
I mean, that's
next
good.
2 years.
That's really good to hear. And as you see construction going on constantly here, both in commercial and in residential, I feel very confident that Market Watch Wednesdays are going to have a lot of use coming up.
Yes, and with the elections, you guys, it's going to get a little bit crazy, but we'll be here every week keeping you informed, making sure you buy right, making sure you sell right, make sure you guys take advantage of the market.
Yeah, be sure to IM us if you have any additional questions, comment, share this if you want. Take care. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.